Orange County Registered Digital.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to OCVarsity.com for OCVarsity Gridiron Show. We are here at the Grand, the festively decorated Grand in Long Beach, where they have the CIF Southern Section Football Championships Luncheon. I'm Steve Fryer here with Dan Albano and Carlos Arias here at the Grand in Long Beach. It's finals week, and that's what this luncheon was all about. A lot of the kids got interviewed by us, and you'll see the interviews with the players and the coaches of our Orange County teams in the finals at our OCVarsity Gridiron Extra program. And we're here to kind of take a look at what's going on in all the championship games. And let's start it out with the Pac-5 Division Championship game. That's at Angel Stadium at 8 o'clock on Saturday. And, guys, it's a rematch. St. John Bosco against Mater Dei. St. John Bosco beat Mater Dei 24-2 in a league game some weeks ago. And here they are in the rematch again. And, gosh, the way I'm looking at it is I see Bosco as unstoppable. I see them as being the best team in the league. Now, we know that Mater Dei does win games we don't expect them to win. Are they going to pull that one off again, Dan? Will they win a game that we don't expect them to win?
That's the question. I was at the first game, up at St. John Bosco, and Mater Dei got a safety, and that was it. They played that game without Justin Allen, their fine running back. Personally, I don't know how Mater Dei wins this game, because I think just Bosco, the Braves are just too loaded. They have 8 or 9 Division I commits already, and they have a lot of young players, and they're so balanced. On both sides of the field, and I'm gonna have to pick Bosco. And the one thing I'll leave you with, on Mater Dei is, I was so impressed with that victory against Long Beach Poly. 30-0. I wonder if Mater Dei already peaked a little bit too early. You can't peak too early in the playoffs, but can Mater Dei play any better than they did last week? That's what they're going to have to do, play almost a near-perfect game and really run the ball so well. But, it's going to be a tough game for Mater Dei, but they got the championship experience.
Yeah. Well, they peaked, or are they still peaking, Carlos Arias?
Never underestimate the heart of a Monarch. I'll keep saying that all the time. Every time you want to count the Monarchs out, they pull off something crazy. That being said, St. John Bosco and De La Salle have been the 2 best teams I've seen all year, and I just can't imagine them not meeting in the state championship game. But if anybody's going to pull off the upset and turn over the apple cart, it's going to be Mater Dei. But I got to pick the Braves.
So all 3 of us going with the University of Bosco with all those college guys on that team. Southwest Division. This is also a rematch. This championship game is Saturday at 2 o'clock at Angel Stadium. It's Newport Harbor against Huntington Beach. Huntington Beach going into Week 10, the final week of the regular season. They were in the corner, they were on the ropes, and all other boxing analogies, Carlos Arias. And they win that game, and then they got hot. They keep beating teams. They've beaten 3 league champions in a row to get to this championship game in a rematch with Newport Harbor. Does Huntington Beach run the table like crazy, this at-large team?
Okay, it's always hard to beat, a team twice in the same season. That's the trick here, right? But Kai Ross has just been on fire. I talked to the Newport Harbor players, and they're saying, if we don't stop him, it's over. He'll run wild on us. And so, the question is, can Newport do that? Now, Newport, I've seen them twice in the past 3 weeks. They are playing fantastic. They can run the ball. They can pass the ball. Their defense is killer. Newport is playing great. I think they're going to win the rematch.
Yeah, I think Harbor's going to win this one, too. What do you think, Dan? Are you going to go with Huntington Beach Oilers?
Well, I've seen both these teams play.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with both of them. And I just saw Edison. I just saw Huntington Beach beat Edison. First time since Tony Gonzalez was tearing it up at Huntington Beach High School back in 1993. And I think that is such a big deal for Huntington Beach. And I think they got to have so much momentum. I think they can win this game.
Okay, so that's all 3 of us going with.
You guys got
you got Huntington Beach in this. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Southern Division game. I think we may go unanimous on this, fellas. Corona Del Mar, Garden Grove, rematch of last year's championship game. Corona Del Mar won it kind of handily last year. I'm going with CDM in this one, but I got a feeling about Garden Grove, and I'll tell you, I think this is a better Garden Grove team than the one that won the title in 2010 when they had Josh Webb. I think this team's better along the offensive, defensive lines, a little bit better on defense too. Angel Martinez may be the best, one of the best quarterbacks in Garden Grove school history. But I like Corona Del Mar, but I think Garden Grove is going to make this a better game than a lot of people think, Carlos.
I think you're right about everything you just said there. About this might be the best Garden Grove team they've had. Even better than that 2010 team. Does it matter against CDM? Because CDM is that solid all the way around. Their defense has been just punishing teams. You got that offense with Napolitano and Cole Martin and Bo St. Jim and I mean, they have so many weapons on offense, and I see them going on and taking state too.
What do you say, Dan Albano?
This is a hard game. This might be the toughest game to pick of the whole weekend for Orange County, and it could be the closest game of all 4 games in the championship. And I have a feeling about Grove that I think they're going to be able to pull the upset. Both of these teams are undefeated. I think Grove is more diverse this year with Martinez. The way he's been running that read option. And I think it really helped Garden Grove playing Irvine in the semifinals. I was really surprised. Irvine attacked Grove by the air, and I think that prepares them for the air attack maybe from CDM. Who CDM is balanced, but I have a feeling, and especially with this game at Orange Coast College. Garden Grove, they've won a CIF championship. At Orange Coast, they know what it takes to get it done there. So I'm going to pick the Argonauts.
When his spidey sense is tingling, you better be nervous. So that might be a problem for CDM.
Yeah, I know. And he got Huntington Beach. He's got. I like the upset pick. We've got in the East Valley Championship game. We got St. Margaret's. They are 12-1, and they're playing Jurupa Hills, which is 11-2. The top 2 seeded teams in this division are matching up in this thing. I like St. Margaret's because I think at any level of football, from like the middle level down to the smaller schools, I like when you can throw the football, and they got a quarterback who can throw the football, Dan Albano. Yeah,
Josh Davis. But what he actually did well in that semifinal game was Josh is a dual threat guy, and he ran the ball, scored a couple multiple touchdowns. They also have Oscar Gomez, fine running back as well, and we saw some of their pretty good looking defensive guys. Coach Balto is a defensive minded guy as well, so look for that Tartan defense. I think they're going to win. This is a tough deal. I'm not a real big fan that the CIF championship game is not going to be at a neutral site, and the Tartans are going to have to play this game on the road. And the earlier word from just a luncheon here was this Jurupa Hills team is a pretty good ground game. Ground attack team, but I think the Tartans can get their their first CIF title in the post Harry Welsh era. So,
all right. So you're going with the Tartans as well. What do you think?
Okay, that goal line stand that St. Margaret's put on to advance was something that you build on, and that's something that shows the character of a team. And I think that shows St. Margaret's is the team to beat.
All right, well, that's our look at the championship games that are coming up this week. We've got a bunch of county teams in it, the Southwest, the Southern Division, the East Valley, of course, the big enchilada on the plate, the Pac-5 Division Championship game at Angel Stadium. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We'd like to thank John Khamis again for his great producing and directing back there. And also we'd like to thank you for visiting us here at OCVarsity.com. Check us out at the OCVarsity.com Gridiron Extra Show. We got the interviews with a bunch of players, a bunch of coaches here at the CIF Luncheon here at OCVarsity.com. We've got you covered.
Orange County Register. We are here in the service of Orange County.